he said, I think I did the African American community a service. But
Yeah,
this channel, the Urban View, excuse me, but they don't look at the birther issue as of having any advantage. Matter of fact, they look at it as an insult. And is that what you're hearing?
absolutely, Joe. I'm at my church and in my neighborhood and friends in Richmond. It's an insult because, and it's a painful one. You know the history. An African American in this country could not be a U.S. citizen because of the ruling of the Dred Scott decision, free or slave, born here or born elsewhere. The court said you could not be a citizen, nor could your children, nor could your grandchildren. And that was who we were as a nation in our darkest days. And so we had to fight a civil war and then write a definition of citizenship into the 14th Amendment when it was all over to clarify that people born here, including African Americans, were citizens. So when Donald Trump, beginning in 2011, after President Obama's both short and long form birth certificates had already been out and investigated and inspected, picked up on the notion and started to push for 5 years that President Obama was not a U.S. citizen, he is basically dragging us back to the most painful time in American history. And last night, what did you hear? He didn't have a good explanation for why. He didn't take responsibility for it. He didn't apologize for it. He didn't acknowledge that this was painful to anybody. He said, well, I persisted in doing it for 5 years because nobody seemed much to care about it. That is an answer that is not the end of this. He's got to be really pinned down on this question of why he did it.
Yeah.
And did he really not know that this was painful to an awful lot of people?